glad you found my channel, Sweet Uniqueities, where everything I do here is always sweet and custom. For an event or a holiday, making it a true Uniqueity. And Maximus says, welcome to our home. Today we're going to be making this customizable fall porch sign. I love how this turned out, and I'm excited to share my adventures on how I made this with you today. So let's jump into today's project. I found a board in our garage that we didn't need, and so I used the electric sander, and I just sanded the edges and top, and I just kept sanding it until I got it to look the way that I wanted to. And then after I did that, I used a paintbrush and just kind of, removed all of the excess little, dust. I didn't actually have any creamy white paint at home, so I checked at Home Depot, and in the Oops section, they had an entire gallon for $9. So make sure you check there when you need paint, because you may find exactly what you're looking for at a great bargain. Then using a roller, I just rolled the top and the sides and edges. A quick tip for you on a roller. When I'm still working on a project and I might need to use the roller again, I take a couple of damp paper towels and I wrap that around the roller with some saran wrap, and then I just put it in my refrigerator so I can use it throughout the project. After I had let the white dry for a few hours, then I went back and I sanded again. I wanted it to look distressed and look like an old piece of wood. And I also used a little bit of sandpaper with my hand to kind of scruff it up a little bit more. After I did that, I used some wax, and I kind of screwed this up, guys, I'll be honest. Be really careful if you're going to use a dark colored wax that you want to put it kind of strategically. You don't want it to look too uniform, or it will look very weird. I thought I had run my project, but I actually didn't. I was so relieved. I did a video a few months ago where I made a marble technique on painting on a table, and I will link that video down below, and it's really, really cool. But I just used a technique from there, and I just rolled white back over all of this brown, and then I blotted it, the wet paint, with a wadded up, technical term here, washcloth, and the finish actually wound up looking really, really great. So if it looks messy or doesn't look right, just paint over it again, and then kind of rub the excess wet paint off, and chances are you're gonna have a beautiful end product. I was so relieved. And I seriously just kept painting white over all the brown until I got a look that I liked. So don't be afraid, just keep doing it, and eventually you'll get where you want to be. The stencils I picked up at Michael's, I really liked the font. However, because my board was so wide, the stencils were not large enough to put my word down the middle of my board and it look the right way to scale. So I found a few ideas online, and I thought I'll just kind of put harvest down the right and do something different on the left. So keep that in mind. The size of your stencil will matter with your wood. I taped my stencils together so that they would be even. I used a pencil to trace the letters, and then using black fox, and I also love fired earth, I started painting them. And I needed actually 2 coats of the paint for the letters to look really, really good. I decided on the words welcome autumn, so it was like welcome autumn harvest. And I used chalk to write welcome autumn on the side, and then you can just kind of wipe it off if you don't like it. And I did it 1,000 times. Seriously, people, I hated it. I hated how it was coming out, but eventually I was just like, I've just got to get this done. If you know someone who has a Cricut, this would be a great time to bake them up a batch of cupcakes and barter for some perfect lettering to go on the side of your sign. Now would be a fantastic time for me to ask you to hit like and also leave me a comment. Let me know what you think of my sign, and also consider subscribing. I would love to have you back as a subscriber. So to finish this project, I'm just hot gluing some really pretty fall flare that I picked up at Michael's, actually Hobby Lobby, and I'm just gluing it on and just kind of adding the color, adding some visual interest. And then at the bottom, I also added some leaves as well. And here is the final product. I truly love how this turned out. It's customizable however you want it to read. And I think this is definitely a project I will make for other seasons as well. I sure hope you enjoyed today's project. I would love it if you'd come back and see me on my next video. Have a sweet and unique autumn day. We'll see you on the next video. See ya. Bye-bye.